Okay, so that worked as well as, I guess, a hemorrhoid or what forth. So let's try this again. Welcome one, welcome all. How we doing tonight? So those of you who just watched that, yeah, that was bad. That was really, really bad. So how we doing tonight? On tonight's show, we've got a lot to talk about. So, actually quite a bit to talk about. All right. What's going on, Derek? All right. So now, you can see me now live, right? So, I was playing with a new feature tonight for those of you who may have missed the first video. It was, yeah, it was not fun. So, we're just going to, we're going to stick with this one. And, yeah, we'll go with that. So, what's everyone up to tonight? How we doing tonight? All right, good deal, good deal. All right, Derek, is your camera on? You should be able to request that be added to the room if you're watching me actually in the room. Or in the virtual bar. Hey, Nadine, what's going on? How we doing tonight? Jess, what's going on? Welcome to the shit show. The first 15 minutes has been a train wreck up to this point. I started experimenting with something new, and it didn't quite work out. Now, let me go over here. That's good. Hey, how was your lunch today? Let me see who I can add. I want to invite people. People. I want to invite people. There we go. Here's... Okay. Yo, you there? ¿Cómo está, por favor? Yo, brother. Can you hear me? Wow, you're on a delay. You're on a really bad delay. And, whoa, what the? Why are you looking? Oh. Okay, so that one. Whoa. No. Uh-oh. I just kicked everyone else out. Oh, shit. No, I don't see you, Lisa. Oops. I just did it, oops. Oh, my God. That I so didn't want to do. I just crashed a third of the pages. I was talking to Derek on the computer screen, Lisa. Oh my God. Hold on a second. I was talking to Derek on the computer screen, and I was looking over because for whatever reason, the camera that's on the left side of me was going. And he was like looking right into my crotch. Yeah, but no, it's not that Rooms works better. It's... I keep going into this, and I don't know why. And it's frustrating the hell out of me. Because all you gotta do is like... Oh, never mind. Let me call Derek back. I shouldn't have to use Rooms. If you have your camera on and you're actually in, you should be able to see me. And that's what's frustrating me. And, all right. Let's get Derek back on. So. I can see you, I just can't get in. Well, you should be able to get in. If you're a member of the room, you can get in to this video. All you have to do is go to the events tab and click on this. I tell you that every week. All right, I lost Derek. And someone else is watching up top, but I have no idea who it is because I can't tell. So, and this... No, and here's the other thing. Calling me through Messenger, it freezes the video. Allow access from Google Chrome. All right, where are you watching me from? Over there. Okay. So I've got you over here. Just pay no attention to the side of my head. Okay. If you go, Derek, where are you watching me through? Are you watching me through my page or through the actual room?
What? Hang on. I lost it.
Allow access from Google Chrome. Yeah, I'm on a delay too. Okay. So I've got you over here. Just pay no attention. Yeah, you were staring at my crotch earlier. That was pretty bad. And then when I went to close it, I shut down like two-thirds of the internet system. But I'm trying to...
Now I got you on the Messenger.
Yeah, if you try calling me through Messenger, it actually freezes the video that people are trying to watch in Mohler's lounge. You should be able to go right into his lap. Lisa, you still there?
She went out. She went out to Target.
No, okay.
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
I'm just saying, is it last minute?
No, Lisa, that was 10 minutes ago. Refresh your screen and go back in because I'm not on that camera anymore.
Okay. Can you get me my big shoes? I think it's on the chair. I just bought you all that other stuff.
Okay, I'm just gonna... Let me get you over here.
I just bought you your thing. No.
Hold on, I'm just gonna go up here. Open Messenger. Derek, I'm gonna add Lisa.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to anyway. See if I can screw this up as well.
Yeah. Or she'll be right around there. Thank you.
Yeah, because here's the thing. For whatever reason, I don't know what's going on. And you know what? I'm going to bring... Since I have this open slot down here... Ed. There's Lisa. I don't get it. It makes no sense. 0 cents. Because if you go in... No, the thing is, if you go into the room, you're supposed to be able to be added through there.
Right. And for whatever reason, I never get in there. And I follow the directions.
I can't find an option on that's in the room or anything like that. It didn't allow me. I looked everywhere on there.
Right. What is a screen that says Discover Event Mirror. It gives me, because I'm up here in the height, it gives me Jim Thorpe. I can change to Bethlehem, but I don't get in that way. And I don't know why, Mike. It's so frustrating, it's ridiculous. That's why I keep saying we need to figure something else out, because it ain't working for me. Either that or I'm just not going to do this.
Start going through your phone. I mean, I don't know what else to do, guys. I seriously don't know what else to do.
I know. It's frustrating.
Yeah, you know what? I'll look this weekend and see what other options we can find and stuff like that that are free that we don't have to pay for or anything like that. We can get multiple people on there. So.
Well, I think next week, and I think I want to play with it Tuesday or Wednesday night. I want to play with the messenger room. What we'll do like a dummy broadcast in messenger room or something. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
All right. Since
I
that guy,
just feel bad because this is counterproductive to what we want to do.
Lisa, you feeling bad? You're from New York, so I'm not buying that for a second.
You know what? Fuck off.
So,
You know what? One of these weeks we'll get her paid.
but you know what? I'm gonna move my camera back over here because.
Even if it's wrong.
Well, no, because you're on the regular messenger. Yeah, that's why, because the audio was cutting out. Since I moved you over here next to my laptop, the audio was cutting. Oh, shit.
Did you dump everybody again?
Yep. Hold on. I hit something. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that.
Alright. Sure you are not.
All right, so let's. That's going to be driving me nuts.
Yeah, I told him, Derek, you ended up staring at his crotch. I told everybody.
Yeah, Derek's going to be scarred for life, so I'm going to apologize to him in advance. Here's what we got going. Here's what we got going on tonight, guys. Obviously, Mohler's not here; he's on a date, and he told me like 15 minutes before the show, "Hey, aim lower." That was a good view.
With that crap. Date anyway.
Huh? It's when you actually go out with someone with the same and/or opposite sex, and you take them to dinner at a bar, get them liquored up or something with the intention of engaging in like bareback coitus or something like that.
Yeah, okay, right. Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, your kid's not next to you, are they?
Derek.
No.
Okay, thank God.
Forget.
Yeah, I know.
He forgets that little ears may be around. He does it all the time.
Oh, you should hear me at the ballpark. I swear like a sailor.
Oh, God, yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah, I hope the Iron Pigs are back in springtime because I said I hope the Iron Pigs come back next year.
I think they're going to come back. I don't see them going through another year without fans, especially now that they're starting to get some public backlash about the whole COVID thing, and we'll get into that a little bit. We got our picks for Sunday. I was 1 for 4 this weekend.
yes, you were.
I think I was 2 for 2. I think.
I was 1 for 4. The only one I got was the Bills.
I don't know what I am.
And if Mohler gets here in time, we're going to get into the Uber Lyft stuff because they've been making a lot of news lately. Negative news. And that, Mohler and I, we dedicated like the third hour to that. So hopefully he's going to get back in time for that because I'm going to try and get Mel in here for that conversation. Since she drove.
Because I gotta go get Paula.
You and I are going to talk about our wish list for the next 4 years. Now that the inauguration has come and gone with a whole lot of nothing, to tell you the truth.
Thank goodness for small things.
Yes, I know. There were a lot of people who I saw a lot of messages. I saw a lot of messages flying around that people were having like very uneasy Tuesday night. A lot of people were very uneasy about how, Wednesday might possibly go, and everything like that. if you've seen the news, Patrick Mahomes was cleared for Sunday.
Was he really?
He cleared concussion protocol, so
I was a little concerned about that.
you know what? I knew he would pass because he was just like,
He's got a hard head.
well, yeah, I know, right? Well, not only that, but he just seemed to, he was able to get it together really good. So
I didn't see the hit, so I don't know.
it really wasn't a dirty hit. That's the thing. And
So what I saw the video was that it wasn't even a helmet-to-helmet hit. The other dude actually hit Mahomes on the shoulder pad, but his head actually hit the ground and stuff. So I don't know really how hard. It was kind of like most videos. I don't know exactly how hard his head hit the ground, but it didn't really look like it was all that bad.
yeah, you know what? Mel and I we were watching that on the replay and everything, and it honestly, it didn't seem that bad, the hit.
No.
Well, besides you, Mike, having a concussion is no fun.
Yeah,
I had a mild one after I was drugged down carpeted stairs by my feet,
mm-hmm.
and I know I was, ringing. My bell was definitely rung, and it didn't feel right for a couple of days. So
you came and got me tonight. I had that concussion at St. Luke's when my head smacked off of a steel beam. Dude, that fucking hurt. I was sore for days.
I'll be right back up.
All right.
Yepper. How many times I would walk into the stupid ramp lift at the shop? Yeah, it's a permanent bruise across my forehead.
It's kind of like the Peyton Manning thing when he'd put on his helmet during a football game, and then he would take it off, and he just had this big-ass red spot on his head like the rest of the night.
Yeah. What are you doing over there?
I'm not doing anything.
Then I'm staring at the back of the chair for nothing.
Yeah, I'm just like moving it like.
I know, but why are you not on? Never mind.
No, because so I'm on the phone for the show, okay?
Yeah.
But talking to you guys, I'm on the messenger. Well, I had moved the cameras next to each other, but they were saying down here in the chat room that they couldn't hear us. So.
Of course not, because we're on Facebook Messenger.
Which we shouldn't be, but
we are.
Well, we'll play with something later. We'll experiment later in the week, but start getting into stuff. Did you guys watch the video? Huh? This is for Geometry Wars 2. This is the one I sent you last night. I was going to use this for a backing track. Just because I love the bass that's in it. And I don't think it's copyrighted either. Sounds cool. You've got to pretend I got to hook up a Bluetooth speaker in here, I think. But well, since it's just the three of us. The what? Yeah, it's floating around here somewhere. There we go. That's the one I wanted to turn down. Okay. Turn that one up. There we go. Bam. Okay. Did you watch the Extra Point video?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I sent it to you guys earlier.
I know. I hadn't had a chance. I was doing my homework.
So what it was people versus Winter.
I got the tip from the hip. Go ahead.
What it was people versus Winter.
Oh, I live that.
It was just 3 minutes of just people busting ass on ice in the funniest ways possible.
Uh-huh.
And then I sent you that gift. I sent you a Mohler a gift the other night of the chimp that was grabbing the girl's top tatas. That was funny.
Yeah.
Mel said that's my
Gave
spirit.
it for you.
Mel said that's my spirit animal.
Oh God. You too. That goes along with it. It goes along with the face.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mhm.
We'll get into some of the Bernie Sanders stuff too later on. That
Oh
has
my
taken
God.
a life of its own.
That needs to be a fucking book. Period.
Yes.
Pardon my French.
No, you're
It needs to
right.
be a book. Oh, and I really should explain my sweatshirt. It's Pusheen.
Pusheen the cat. Pusheen rules.
Yeah, but Pusheen also sits right where, kind of should. So,
Yeah, I know, right? Pusheen is sitting very
yeah, I'm sitting there
inappropriately.
looking at like, I figured I'd explain.
Take me home, country road.
Please don't sing. I want to keep my food in my stomach.
All right, so I'm just going to play the music and not even acknowledge what you just said.
Fine, do that, buddy.
I'm gonna. 7:35. It is Friday night. A Friday night filled with the usual train wrecks, huh? By the way, happy birthday to my daughter Vicky. She turns 23 today. They went out to the bar last night.
Birthday, Rick. Oh, gosh.
All
How did
right.
that go?
Huh? That went pretty good. They actually came back afterwards and had some ice cream cake and whatnot. So
Nice.
a good time was
You
had.
want a hamburger?
Yeah, I know. I gotta ask her. I gotta ask her. So Derek, there's actually a running joke with my daughter. When she gets drunk, for whatever reason, she has the need to like eat, and it's always burgers that she wants to eat.
Yeah. The one time it was this exaggerated hamburger.
Oh, it's very exaggerated, very very exaggerated, but it was funny.
Yep.
All right, so
Good.
let's start off
Here
with,
we are.
huh? I didn't hear what you said, Lisa.
I said, here we are.
Here we are. Let's start off with some EMS news. Mr. Gibson, what do you got for us this week?
No. Really. I'm gonna try to work on this weekend more ideas and stuff like that, but haven't really got a chance to too much to do anything really. So nothing really new on the news front. So
Yeah, sorry I missed the
that's pretty much about it for that.
So he had a thing last Friday night. I guess it was a call with the admins of the page, and I totally flaked on it because I was pounding Vicky and Parcheesi. So it was one of those, either join Derek or keep demolishing my kid. It was a tough decision.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, it was kind of like one of those little like spur of the moment type things and stuff like that. So didn't really get to do too much on it. But I got to get a little bit more warning and see about do everything. Everybody's all available and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
but
And I should probably introduce the cast of characters for the whole one person that's watching right now, since we had so many problems at the top. It, and I don't know why the view is different on the computer versus when I do the mobile phone. That's one thing I don't get, and it just drives me absolutely apeshit.
It may be the same platform, but remember the mobile, the way the mobile works is slightly different because of the processing, all that other happy technical bullshit that goes on. it's never going to be the exact same thing unless we're carrying around, little portable computers, technically.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of the right way to explain it, and for some stupid reason, I'm just at a total loss for words with that.
Yeah, I hear you there.
It's just it's a technical thing. The browser is slightly different, and it works slightly differently. So, and that, I'm going to say is more than likely um, the issue.
Nadine, you still can't hear anyone else, or are you good now? Nadine's saying she can't hear anyone but me. I might have to move this over this way a little bit. Yeah, so this week we'll do I guess we'll do a rooms thing. Are you guys free like Tuesday?
Well.
Are you guys free like Monday or Tuesday night?
Hang on, let me go see what its schedule is. Oops, I didn't want to open it.
I should be available as long as all depends on if we get any snow or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa, if it snows, you might as well just stay here on Monday night.
Right, I was going to say I'll be there anyway. I'll bring the laptop so we can screw around with that thing and figure out what the hell I'm doing not right. Be back in a sec.
All right.
All right, 1 second.
One. Well, she said a sec. Come on, woman, you're late. Chop, chop, you twat.
Yeah, I'll do some research this weekend. I'm working at the firehouse Saturday night. So I'll do some research, see if we can find another platform that we can do that where we can all communicate or whatever and stuff like that. And I know of one option that I can do that I when I did streaming when I used to play games and stuff like that. But I'll take a look at it and see what I can find.
Yeah, because I think we're just going to have to start doing Messenger.
I mean, Zoom's a nice feature and stuff like that, but I don't want to. Yeah, Zoom's a nice feature, but I don't want to have to pay for it.
Yeah, plus we can't. And here's the thing: we can't really record it though, too. I don't think, right?
Well, we can. Whoever hosts the Zoom party can record it. And it gets stored on their computer, and then you can just put it up on the page.
Oh, okay. You know what? My mom's watching. Should I bring her on to say hi?
I'll look into it. I'll think we can find. I mean, there's got to be some other free out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we really need to research that.
Yeah, because just whatever. Nadine's saying she can only hear me, which makes no sense because.
Yeah, I think last week.
Because I have you guys right next to the speaker.
We're in a room.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, but you're coming out of my speakers fine, so.
Able to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Nadine, you should be able to hear me.
Yeah.
Or you should be able to hear them. So, let's say hi to Mom real quick before we get into the.
Because last week I was able to hear.
Before we get into the.
Derek, I'm sorry.
I think last week I was able to hear Mohler, but it was like very low and stuff like that. But we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll eventually get this right.
Yeah, one day.
I am confident.
Yeah, we may be 100 at that point, but one day we'll figure it out.
I'm confident that we can get this right. I'm 1,000,000% confident. I have faith.
Wow, he's super confident.
Yeah. If you believe that, I'll tell you another one.
Oh,
my mom declined. No, she declined.
Okay.
Really? You declined? You didn't want to come on? Well, you know what? I'm not speaking to you.
You disowning your mother now?
Nah, I can't disown my mom. Well, I could, but there's like a whole legal mumbo jumbo, and
You think?
yeah. All right, I'm gonna put you up here right next to the speaker because I don't know why.
Because you think you're gonna get decent audio out of that.
Yeah, which it's making my head hurt really, really bad.
I've got a headache already. I've had one all day, but anyway.
All right, let's talk. Let's do picks for Sunday. Well,
goodness.
most of us are here. Bucks Packers. Green Bay is opening up as a 3.5-point favorite. The game is in Green Bay Sunday at 3:05.
I'm going Green Bay. Just
Yeah,
cause.
Green Bay.
Just because they are playing at home.
Yeah.
Because Brady sucks. But anyway.
Unfortunately, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are calling the game, so
Yeah.
good luck with that.
At least it's not Chris Collinsworth, so.
Oh God, he needs to like get out of broadcasting or something.
You say that about Buck too.
Well, Buck's going into Hall of Fame. That one kind of shocked me.
Is that because of Daddy?
Huh?
Is that because of his daddy?
No, it's actually because of his contributions. And you know what? He's made a lot of contributions to sports in general.
As annoying as he is, but anyway, go ahead.
I mean, what? He's been the lead voice for almost 20 years on Fox. Him and Aikman, and it was actually him, Aikman, and Collinsworth to start. He's been the lead baseball announcer for as long as I can remember, and he was actually the lead voice when Fox had the USPGA tour.
Oh wow.
Yes, Buck calling golf was interesting. That was actually quite funny to listen to. I want to hear him do like NASCAR racing or something.
Oh geez, no. Hockey, better yet.
God, that means he'd just be talking more.
Yeah, I know, right? Did I tell you my friend Steve? He big spec. He's worked for a golf network for the last 20 plus years.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
He retired a couple weeks back.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, he's selling his house and his property. Got 5 acres down in Florida, and he and his wife are going. I think he's taking his animals with him.
He's heading south.
Everything else he's got to. I believe he said Oregon.
Oregon.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought that was rather interesting. But in any case, yeah, he worked sound, technical. He did the sound. Not even sure exactly what, but for the longest time, I think since the beginning of the golf channel or the golf network. Rabbit Week, I think. All right, so what do we got? We got Green Bay, right? We're going.
Yeah, I'm also taking Green Bay. Actually, I think Green Bay's going to win by. I don't know. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. It's going to be probably less than a touchdown for the final. For the final score, anyway. I'm moving some of my screens around here because I didn't like where I had some.
All I see is the backward chair and the screensaver behind you.
Yeah, because if I close that lid over there, it's going to whoa. Uh-oh.
What? Don't knock things down, dude.
Uh-oh. Where the hell did you guys go?
What did you? Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. There you guys are. All right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All I can think of is Mel coming in there freaking out on you.
Yeah, I know, right?
What did you?
What happened? 6:40.
And
Chiefs Bills. Game is in Kansas City. And Kansas City's opening up as a 3-point favorite. Who do you folks like? Mr. Derek?
I gotta go Bills.
Steve?
I think it'd be a good game and everything like that, and hopefully it'll be a good game. But I'd like to see the Bills go in. I think they deserve it.
Dude, they looked so dominant against Baltimore last weekend. I mean, they just owned them in every way possible. It was great.
I'm gonna say the Bills too, based on the fact that I'm a little iffy with Mahomes. I'd be afraid of him getting seriously injured after this. I want that, that was a scare. It doesn't necessarily mean he actually did have a concussion, but if it's only less than a week that he's been through the protocol, what the hell?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Bills. It's been what, 20 years, 30 years, pardon me.
1994 was their last Super Bowl.
Yep, 30 years.
They lost 4 years in a row.
Like the Chiefs got one person that's out on injury, and they got a bunch of questionable players for the Chiefs, but the Bills that have just 2 questionables. So I mean, I think if the Bills play like they've been playing and everything like that, I think I'm rooting for them. I'm hoping they're going to go in.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, they looked extremely dominant against Baltimore. I thought that was going to be a close game, but they just blew them out. I mean, they took Lamar Jackson to the woodshed. It was like 24-10 was the final or something like that, but it took, well, it didn't help too. What? Justin Tucker, the most accurate kicker in football, he doinked it twice off of the goalposts.
Yeah.
And by the way, I want to address something since we're talking about the Bills-Chiefs game. Cleveland should have won that game. Not hear me out.
I know.
So,
I'm only laughing because I know what I'm going to hear. Go ahead.
The final game was like 5 points, okay? If you go back to the first half, now you know that play where they ended up having a touchdown or the touchback because the guy for the Browns fumbled it through the end zone? That was a missed helmet-to-helmet kick. They were talking about that all week. That should have been a helmet-to-helmet targeting call. If you look on the rule book, I think even Gene Steratore talked about this. And it should have been 1st and goal Cleveland from the 1-yard line. Now, I'm not saying he would have gotten the end zone on 4 plays, but, with Baker Mayfield in the backfield, it's kind of, you could almost assume that he was going to get in. So, yeah, the officiating decided the outcome of the game, essentially. So, yeah, it should have been Browns-Bills, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah.
And I'm taking Buffalo also. So, if Buffalo wins, if Green Bay wins, who do you guys like if that's what ends up happening?
Ooh. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna stick. I want to stick with Buffalo all the way. And if they get to the Super Bowl, I want them to go to win it and stuff like that. It's been so freaking long since they've won.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I don't think they.
91, I believe it was. So it's 30 years.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a long time.
So
I'm gonna go with Buffalo all the way.
they went
I would
to
agree with you.
They went to the Super Bowl 4 straight years, 91, 92, 93, 94. And each year they faced a representative of the NFC East. New York Giants first year, Washington Redskins the second year, Dallas third year, Dallas fourth year. If it wouldn't have been for the missed field goal, Buffalo would have won the first one against the Giants.
Yeah.
I think they got smoked by Washington. I don't even think that game was close, if I remember. The first game with Dallas wasn't really close, but the second one was really good, if I remember.
Yeah, let me look. I'm looking up at the.
But you'd also, too, at the same time, have to assume that the Packers would open up as a pretty heavy favorite out front. Like, at least a touchdown favorite, if not double digits. But
Yeah,
that's what
so
you...
91, that was with the 47-yard field goal that was missed, and the Giants won 2019.
Okay.
And then they went against the Redskins. They lost 37-24. And then they went against the Cowboys. It was 30-13. Let's see. First time they went. Yeah, first time they went against the Cowboys, it was 52-17. They got destroyed.
Yeah.
And then they lost again, 30-13.
So only the first one was really close.
Which also, I think, probably, but yeah, I think what was that the last time the Cowboys were in the Super Bowl too?
Yeah, actually it was. Because they didn't get there with Romo. They didn't get there with who was before him.
No.
It was what, Bledsoe, then Romo, then Wolf. I don't know.
Oh wow, Bledsoe. That's a name I haven't heard in a day.
It was 96 was the last time they were in the Super Bowl.
Who did they face in 96? It was Denver, right?
It's been 23 years since the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl.
It was either Denver or Pittsburgh. It was either Denver or Pittsburgh that they faced.
Yeah, let me see. I think it was the last one, 27-17.
You completely cut out there. I lost. I didn't hear.
The last time it was in Super Bowl 30, Cowboys defeated the Steelers 27-17.
I knew it was one of them. And then the next year, I think, was Packers.
Yeah.
It was Packers Broncos, which I believe Denver won, if I remember correctly. Actually, Denver won the last two they were in because it was Elway's last year. He went to back-to-back and won. So, Mohler's watching. What up, dude? So, we'll wait for him to come in here. So he should be joining us momentarily. But if they go to distance, I'm going to take Buffalo. They've got a lot of momentum right now. So let me ask you something, dude. How old are you? Mohler decided to join us, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome.
Welcome.
And here's my question for you.
Been late enough for a game.
Yeah, I know, right? It's only an hour late.
Hey, better late than never. Come on now.
Now I will give him this. He is on time. It is 7 o'clock Central Time. So if he was
I didn't
about,
say what time I was showing up at. You didn't say what 7 o'clock you wanted me in.
so if he would have been about 600 miles west, he'd be right on time.
Damn. Well, you know what? That's why I'm a human.
Hey, let me ask you something. You're watching me through your laptop, right?
No, I'm watching you through my phone.
So, you know what? That's the problem. Because Lisa and Derek, they can't get into the on camera. They're both on their computers.
Oh, I don't know.
I started doing it on the. Oh, Derek just dropped. I started doing it through the computer, and no one could request to be added or anything. So I ended up switching back to my phone. Tuesday, at some point, I want to do like with these guys. I'm going to do a brief messenger room show Tuesday night for like an hour, just to play around with it. So we're talking about picks.
Tuesday or Monday night? It can be Monday.
Probably Tuesday night. I mean, we can do it Monday night if you're staying over. That's fine. We just have to be in separate rooms.
Uh-huh. It's easy enough. I go downstairs. You are up in the office.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Third.
Lost connection on my end.
For that.
You know, RCN's been having all kinds of problems. They've been.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the issue with this. But go ahead. Sorry. There he is. He's back.
Yeah, RCN's been really, really shocking. I actually got a service alert today about something.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yay! Who do you like this weekend?
You talking to me now?
Yeah, we've got
No, to the guy next to you.
the guy next to you.
Oh, hello there. Nice to meet you.
It's the invisible. It's the invisible man.
It's my blow-up doll. Don't worry about it.
Dude, you might want to, because of the corona and with Jess and everything, you know, you might want to clean that.
Yeah, you know. Wipe
By
it
the
with
way,
a different. Wipe it with a different towel. That's all.
Okay. By the way, Facebook official, nicely done. Bucks Packers. Who do you like?
I'm going with the Packers.
I think all of us said Packers. Bills Chiefs.
I don't think the Chiefs looked too good last week. They almost lost to Cleveland.
Well, see, Ed, you came in just after that because I brought something up about that game. Cleveland should have won that game. Do you remember in the first half where the one guy, he fumbled the ball? Have fun. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
Do you remember in the first quarter where the one player, he lost the ball through the back of the end zone? That should have been a helmet-to-helmet hit.
Yeah.
And it should have been Cleveland's ball on the 1 yard line. And we have to assume with Baker Mayfield in the backfield, they would have scored. You know, because he's Baker Mayfield.
Obviously, Cleveland's not in it. Kansas City is. Even so, Kansas City, you know, even minus that play, I don't think the game was too close to begin with. I'm going to go with the Bills.
Nice. Nice. So we all have Cleveland, Buffalo, Kansas, Buffalo, Green Bay. I'll get it right. I'll make 3 shots at that.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah, I know, right? And then, assuming it's Buffalo, Green Bay, who do you like?
It's going to be a very interesting Super Bowl. Wow. I'm going to go with the Packers, I think.
Oh, the lone detractor.
Yes, I'm going to go
All
with
of us are taking Buffalo.
No. If it's the Packers and the Bills in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna derail from everybody else. I'm gonna take the Packers.
All right, very good. So
only because I think Brett Favre has the experience in the Super Bowl. Not that Buffalo can't win the Super Bowl.
Brett Favre retired years ago, right?
Not Brett Favre. Aaron Rodgers.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, so you got me. You got me on that one.
Damn right I did.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has, I think, has the experience. But I mean, not that. Yeah, I think Buffalo is capable. If they can, go toe to toe with Buffalo. Go with the Packers. I think they have a shot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I'm gonna even with that said, I'm staying with the Packers.
All right, good deal.
But I guess we'll discuss that next week when we know who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
Let's talk about. By the way, did you see the press release with the Super Bowl? The NFL has given 7,500 tickets to essential workers in Florida to attend the Super Bowl.
I think that's who it should go to.
Was that, Mike?
I think that's who it should go to.
Oh yeah, all of them should essentially.
That means you and I should go.
Oh hell yeah, I'm down. I could probably get us a cheap flight out of Allentown too.
Yeah, what, $29?
We'll stow away in the one of the luggage bins on one of the sand.
$29 to make you holla?
Word. Hey Derek, did they give a thing as to how many people they're gonna let attend this year?
So it was additional with the 7,500. They're also going to do an additional 14,500 additional fans.
Okay. It's gonna be about 20,000. That's not too bad.
In my head.
Better than no fans.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
What'd you say that was? 7,500 and then 14,500?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's be like 22,000. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Did you see the press release out of WWE this week?
Which one?
Mania is going to be April 10th and 11th at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa.
No, I missed that one. I missed that one.
Yeah, they're going to try and do 25,000 each night.
Good luck with that one.
I used to watch a lot of WWE and stuff like that, and I kind of got away from it. So I'm slowly trying to get back into it and everything like that. But
you're missing nothing. It's still the same. It's still.
You're really not much.
It's the same storylines that have been going on for like 6 years now.
Yeah.
Forever.
Forever.
So let me ask you this: how do you feel about Alexa Bliss's character? Bullshit.
Next. Listen, I like it, but that should have went to Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
I mean, the Riot Squad getting back together was almost a necessity because neither one of them were going to do anything of their own. But Vince is wasting so much talent. It is. It is obscene. I mean, it's really, really bad how much talent he's wasting.
Well, Vince needs to be bye-bye,
Yeah.
and they need to bring in, the new blood again, be it Triple H, or Shane, or whomever,
Well, here's the thing.
I think Triple H will be a good option to run it. I mean, because he did a lot for NXT and stuff. So.
Oh, yeah, what he's doing with NXT is amazing. But you've got these people that are getting called up to the quote-unquote main roster, getting buried, and then you're seeing reports all the time that these guys want to go back. Aleister Black, he wants to go back to NXT. Can you blame him? When you had Paul Heyman running Raw and SmackDown, he was pushing new stars. Aleister Black got a push. Otis and Tucker. Rollins, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, as individuals and not as part of the Shield.
I am not a big fan of Roman Reigns outside of the Shield. To me, I can't stand when wrestlers have the same exact freaking goddamn moves, and it's just I don't like the Roman Reigns the storyline.
You know what? My wife said the same thing. You're talking about the current one, right?
Yeah.
I love it. I
like Paul Heyman and stuff like that. I think he's an excellent excellent manager and stuff like that. But I can't stand Roman Reigns the way he is now and stuff. I'm like I said, I was never really too much of a big fan of him and stuff. But
Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, Kenny Omega, and Don Callis. For WWE and AEW respectively, are the 4 best heels in all of wrestling right now. And it seems like I'm the lone detractor. I love what Roman Reigns is doing. Eventually, he's going to be put in his place by Rock. It's going to happen. Mel said that she feels that his current storyline is kind of a disrespect to the previous ones, like Alpha and Sifa, going back to the original Samoans. But he's cocky, he's arrogant, he thinks his shit don't stink. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, my concern is I was kind of intrigued to see where they were going to go with the whole Adam Pearce thing. But Kevin Owens being the surprise replacement, how many more times are you going to feed him to Roman? Because that says, you have no other top stars anywhere. I mean, and the Royal Rumble, look, Roman is going to be the champion heading into Mania. Put him in the Rumble match himself. And if he wins, he gets to handpick his opponent for Mania. You could do a storyline like that. Or see someone new. You could realistically bring Seth Rollins in to challenge Roman for the title. It would be, to an extent, a fresh matchup because the roles would be reversed. It actually did they face one-on-one? Roman and Seth. I don't think they've had a one-on-one feud match.
I don't know. I thought they might have, but maybe I'm thinking of Dean Ambrose and them. I can't even remember, to be honest with you.
I know Ambrose and Rollins had a couple where, Ambrose just got buried. He lost every single one, except when he cashed in Money in the Bank. Even someone like Buddy Murphy could be a believable challenger. He could give Roman a good fight.
I'm talking.
I mean, outside of that, there's really no one else on the SmackDown roster. If you ask me.
Yeah.
And then you have Goldberg fighting Drew McIntyre on Raw.
Yeah.
And again, you run into, do you have any believable challengers? Maybe Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
You could go to your go-to, Randy Orton. But I think, him and Drew, they fought each other. Yeah, they fought each other. They fought each other at Mania last year, or at SummerSlam, I mean. And they traded the title a couple times. You could have Edge fight them. That'd be kind of fresh, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they did or you almost have to look at NXT for new challengers.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at Roman Reigns, the first one that comes as a possible challenger is maybe Tommaso Ciampa. He could give him a good fight. I would love to see Reigns and Cole.
Yeah.
Or even Cole and McIntyre.
Yeah, at first, since when McIntyre came back from NXT and stuff like that, I didn't really care too much for him. But he's kind of growing on me now and stuff.
Yeah, but his shtick is kind of getting old.
Yeah.
He had momentum, and then he lost all of it. I don't know how.
Yeah.
But I guess the other story that I seen going around was they're intentionally keeping Bray and Roman from fighting each other.
Check it so fast.
Because Bray Wyatt is on a very short list of people who could challenge Reigns. And they had some great matches. I was watching the other day I got kind of bored. And I watched the trilogy between the Wyatts and the Shield. You remember those, Derek, from 2014, 2015?
Yeah.
And then they had a one-off on Raw when Seth was the champion, where the six of them just beat the snot out of each other again. But I don't know. AEW, they moved their Revolution pay-per-view out to March. That was a press release I saw today. All right, so
I think I still have WWE, the network.
Yeah, I still have
the Rumble.
Dude, their documentaries are fantastic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I guess the one they just did with Austin and Bailey, that was really good. The series with The Undertaker was absolutely fantastic. They're doing a one of those 24 things with Bianca Belair.
Okay.
And they just did AJ Styles Untold from when he debuted at the 2016 Royal Rumble in Orlando. Definitely check those out. Let's get into Mohler. You had an announcement you wanted to make tonight.
Oh, yeah.
He's getting a sex change.
It has nothing to do with me.
Mohler, are you losing your balls?
Not that I'm aware of, but if anybody knows anything different, let me know.
Will you be going as Michelle next week?
Anything is possible.
You got to kind of give it a French spin because you're like super ugly. It'd be like Michelle Moran.
That's funny that you said that because my mom was going to name me Michelle if I came out as a girl.
I don't think the doctor really checked down there to see what you were.
Well, we can't
I would've been alerted, so
we can't turn this
that's
into rated
why
R
disappeared.
because Facebook would block this video, so I'm not going to even. We're not even going to go there.
Yeah, I know, right? Lisa said I disappeared.
No, I don't know what I did, but now I've got separate thingies, you guys here.
Separate thing.
Separate thingies.
Is that like separate balls?
You have to be a little more specific.
Separate thingies, separate balls.
Oh, Lord.
Thingies, that's my technical term. Come on. Now I've got Derek on the main screen, and then I've got you. If I click on you, I get you on the main screen. I don't know what I did.
Well, I mean, we are the main event.
True.
Hold on.
Put me on the big
me
screen
share.
again, you fucking twat.
Put you on the big screen. Oh, fuck you. You know what? Ass hat.
Mr. Back to you.
There we go. Never mind. I fixed it.
Okay. Mr. Mohler, the floor is yours for your announcement.
Oh, finally, he has arrived. Well, let's see. I guess we'll start over now since I'm already like an hour and like 15 minutes late.
Bastard.
But anyway, as always, the members list has gone up again. I think we gained another like 10 new members this week. I did make.
Must be doing something right.
I did. Yeah. I did nominate 2 moderators for this group on top of the administrators, which is going to be Lisa and Jessica. They're gonna have a small role because I get tired of looking at these modifications all the time, so that's going to be their job.
There's a way you
Oh,
can
geez,
fix
dang.
that.
What?
I said there is a way you could fix that. I just forget how to do it.
There probably is if I look into it.
Facebook is so fucking complex anymore.
They don't make nothing easy. They got they got to go like the fucking long route on the fucking map.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, so that's the other announcement. So Lisa and Jessica will be moderators in here. Not that we have anything that's going on that's like dirty or nasty or anything like that. Part of their role is sometimes we get new members in here that just randomly just request to join the group, not someone that has been invited to the group. So that's something that they can look out for. So it's not complex, but it's everything I've been doing.
America,
yes. But other than that, I
Get rid of him. I don't want to hear his voice.
what?
She's getting mad at me for playing the Donald Trump.
There's the soundbite. Ooh.
I own a big
Anyway,
chunk
go
of
ahead.
the Bank of America building at 1290 Avenue of the Americas that I got from China in a war.
Oh God, Mike, stop.
Oh my God.
I beg you please to stop.
Bullshit.
All right, what else you got, dude?
But other than that, that's my short weekly address because I have nothing else. Other than I'm still on the fence about tomorrow night if I'm going to do music trivia or not. That's probably going to be like a last minute decision because I don't know what's going on for tomorrow yet.
Alrighty. And didn't your relationship status just change?
Oh, did it? Holy shit! I'm not aware of that.
You said you wanted to talk about it tonight. That you wanted to.
Oh yeah. Maybe I did. I think I wanted to talk about a lot of things, but of course the co-host is fucking late again. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to fire this one.
Don't worry. I went to the Goodwill to get one, and then Derek bailed me out as well.
Oh well, I don't know what to tell you.
Lisa's like seething at me right now.
Why? I'm not teasing at you. I'm just sitting here shaking my head.
Well, but anyway,
Crackle pop.
that was my little minor weekly address, and I don't know what else you guys talked about since since in my absence. So you got to fill me in.
Oh, about how this doesn't work the way we want it to? Yeah, that's about it.
So I actually had the camera working, but no one could actually join me live on camera.
Well, isn't
On
that
the
a fucking shock?
so I had to switch it over to the phone. So
Isn't that a shock? You get something to work and nobody can join it. Lovely.
yeah, it's technology. It sucks.
Technology. You know what? We might as well just go back to the 80s and when we had shit and everything worked better.
You know what the problem with the 80s is, though? You try to call someone. We could do this by telephone with an old, like, VHS recorder or something. But we try to get other people in, and all we get is a busy signal. Remember the busy signal? On the rotary phone, you try to dial someone?
No, you're right. You're
Okay, say we were better off with 2 tin cans in a spring. You know?
Yeah, no shit, right?
you're definitely right there.
Um,
But yeah, you said you want. Yeah, I want to talk about my relationship status. Yes, that did change 2 days ago. No, yesterday. It changed yesterday, but it was in the works prior to that. It's just that we were just deciding if we were going to make it Facebook official.
it's the only way it counts, brother. It's the only way it counts.
Since you clarified that with me yesterday when I said when I already had it on there and Upteam people already liked it.
What if Facebook verifies that? Do you think Facebook verifies that when, you know how you do, like, say you add someone as, like, a family member or something, and Facebook actually sends them
No,
like a blurb or something? It's like, are you related to this?
no, because my friend Robin in Australia, she's just my friend, is listed as my sister.
You know what? Every time it always starts with "she's just my friend," chances are they're more than a friend. So, congratulations on your relationship with another female. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's not with it's not with another man. I'm sorry.
I was talking to Lisa.
Oh, she's in another relationship too?
And yes,
You're really cruising, dude. You're cruising for a bruising.
Oh, baby. The way you talk to me.
Oh,
do you want to do the
Mental note to self, make sure I bring bungee cord.
But I do want to talk about this beer here.
Yes.
This beer here.
So, Mohler is, if you were watching, Mohler is holding a can of Honest Trav's Dive Bar Ale.
Oh, wow.
And you got that as what?
It's a real thing.
That is a real thing.
It's the real thing. I bought a 4-pack today. You know what? I had to call several places to, to hunt this down. So I finally, decided to call the place that made this, and they had it in stock. Imagine that.
Who makes it?
No, Saucony Brewing, Gastro Pub, I guess up in Kutztown. It makes this. They sell them in 4-packs up there if you're interested. For those that are local, obviously, Derek, I know it's not local, but maybe, what is he in, North Carolina?
No. Which one? Did Derek on here or Derek Swan?
No, yeah, Derek Swan.
Swan's in North Carolina.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll get it down there eventually. I don't know, but I got this in Kutztown, 4-pack, $11.
Derek Gibson's in Nazareth. You're in Nazareth.
Well, yeah, I knew. I was talking about the one here.
Oh yeah, the one here is in Easton.
But yeah, it's actually, it tastes really good. It's I want to say is more on the sour end of it, of the taste. But even with that, it's really good. It's 4.62, obviously. Imagine that. Alcohol content. But yeah, it is good. I've been trying to hunt this down for weeks, and finally, I called a couple local distributors first before I even decided it, because I knew Saucony Creek would have it, but I figure, let me try to find a local that might have it, but none of the locals seem to have it, or they were sold out already. So so I went to Saucony Creek today, and I bought a 4-pack, and I'm still waiting for Jessica to open hers. It's still sitting on the counter.
Yeah, she better open it, or I'm gonna come down there and drink that shit.
Come on, it's fucking good. It'll make you feel good.
You and I were talking about doing a possibly kicking around something. Do we still want to look?
I want to come up with something. Obviously, what Jessica said is I definitely probably would need group support. I really would like to, get something like this going.
What else like that cost to get going?
I don't know what it would cost, but I guess as you do anything, you take baby steps. You follow, figure out, a game plan for it.
That'd be cool. That's something we could do.
But this is a good idea that, obviously, the dive bar has. Good idea. I mean, they got up-team people in there. Yeah, I get it. They got so many people in there. Everybody, just goes with the flow. They do shotguns. They do this. They do that. But you know what? This group is obviously a little different. But it's still fun. But there is a lot of things we could probably still do to grow this group and to entertain this group. It's just how you go about it.
I want to do a mini golf tournament in the summer.
That would be interesting. I'm in. I'm definitely in.
I haven't done mini golf in years. I think we could pull something off.
Mike, did the Oasis close permanently, or are they still? Because it looks like they've just closed.
Depends on who you talk to.
I guess some people think it's temporary, but other people are telling me it's permanent.
Interesting. Be sad if it was permanent, but whatever.
Oh, they were popular.
Absolutely.
They did a really good business over there.
Mm-hmm. They're on a main road, yeah.
Oh God, they're what? Right there at the intersection of Airport Road. Sorry, I got a bit of a headache
No,
still.
that's okay.
Um,
I've been doing that too, so I'm trying not to.
hey, did I tell you I gotta get a pap machine, dude?
Yes, you did tell me that.
Going on February 2nd, 1 o'clock.
When are you getting it?
February 2nd at 1 o'clock. I'm meeting with the team from Young's Medical.
Oh, okay.
They're going to be at my sleep doctor at the appointment, and they're going to outfit me and everything like that.
So I hear that you possibly have some good news maybe coming.
Possibly depending on Monday.
Yes.
Depends on how Monday goes.
Oh, God, help us all.
Yeah, I know. You and I being in the same building again, every time shenanigans ensues.
No.
Oh, God, no.
The fucking same building is not going to fucking exist anymore. We cannot be in the fucking same building because shit's going to happen.
Even Derek's dog was horrified by that news. Started yelping. We said, no!
No, we cannot be in the same building. Now, out of all seriousness, I really hope that I don't know what has been said to you already. But you got your interview Monday. But I really hope you get it.
Thanks. I hope I get it too. It's definitely going to be a big step into the future.
God forbid I gotta fucking see you every day. God.
Fuck up. Not like I don't talk to you like 4 times a day anyway.
I know, right? But no, that's a little fucking because I still fucking video chat you. Okay, well, it's a fucking losing situation all the way around for me.
Exactly. No win. Let's see. Got to see your ugly ass there. Got to see your ugly face in front of me right now.
Oh God. Well, at least I only have to see you when I fucking come back. I don't have to see you when I come in.
Listen, the hillbilly transsexual named Shaniqua is a lot more attractive than you are, so. And he's missing about 20 teeth.
No, I'm not missing any, that many. I don't even think I'm missing any, actually. I might be.
Yeah, I gotta get ones for my bottom right side.
I think I'm missing some on the sides, maybe a couple, but none that you cannot, none that are visible.
But yeah, I'm interviewing at Primo Produce on Monday at 2 o'clock.
Dope.
For an overnight dispatcher position.
Oh God, help me.
So that would be shut the fuck up. Monday through, I think she said Monday through Friday. No holidays, I believe it was, or something like that. Or
no fucking holidays. How do you fucking rate?
Okay, it's not that then. I thought she said it was Monday through Friday.
Well, I don't know what the schedule is. I just know I don't know. But I know the person that's doing it now. The person that I told you earlier. The person that's doing it now is the one that's going to train you probably. So you're definitely gonna, he's definitely going to train you right. Like I said, we busted his nut. We can't keep a woman dispatcher there because we keep telling Eddie to keep his fucking dick in his pants.
Yeah, the one who's hung like a crumb is the one who remains.
I said, you know what?
Lisa, by the way.
you gotta keep that in your fucking pants. Maybe we keep a woman dispatcher here.
But we'll talk about that Tuesday night on our mini thing. I'll let you know how it goes because I'm probably going to stay at the airport on the weekends because it's right across the street. So
Yeah, practically.
get done over there, go work a couple flights, and be on my way. Do we want to do the 4-year wish list tonight, or do we want to curb that till next week?
What do you want to do? Oh, you're not talking to me.
Oh, man.
What?
All right, we'll do that next week. We're going to do the
Give me more time, Laura. Give me more time to make some more notes.
yeah. All right, we'll curb that till next week. Lisa and I agree. Not a fight.
You want to do that one, Honest Trav?
He's
Okay.
getting scolded over there. She put you in your place, dude.
She wants to fucking do a fucking video with us drinking this beer on Honest Trav.
Why not? Do it.
Fun.
Huh?
Head up.
Derek, you're breaking up.
I said I was doing it on here. Yeah, I said on here.
Now, dude, we didn't
No, I
catch
didn't
any
do
of that.
I have to head out.
Oh, okay.
Catch you guys next week.
All right, yeah. I'll send you the thing for Tuesday night. Like, we'll do it Monday or Tuesday night. We'll just play around with something. Let me know if you're free.
All right, sounds good.
All right, have a good one.
All right, brother.
All right,
Take
guys,
it
I'll see
easy.
Is anybody in here tonight?
Really, Mike?
There was earlier, but I had all kinds of issues tonight at the front end. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing was working right.
yeah, just nothing was working. So, we'll work on some fixes next week. Later this week. You want to do Uber Lyft tonight, or do you just want to curb it and call it a night?
I don't know. What do we got? No, we can. If you want to do Uber and Lyft, I'm in. If you don't want to wait, that's fine too. But I'm in. I'm in for Uber and Lyft.
Yeah, I want to get it. I really want to get into the Uber and Lyft because.
All right, so let's talk about it.
So, Uber and Lyft, there's been a slew of problems with Uber and Lyft over the last year. Between high-profile crimes, between Prop 22, between AB5. It's become, what's up, Angelic? It's more or less become a war of everything. What really started driving the war of stuff with Uber and Lyft is, I don't know, 3 rate drops, no support. I mean, you could look at any number of things, and there's just been problem after problem after problem after problem. So now, Moore and I were drivers. I don't know. Do you still go out at all? Like,
No, I still have the app, just in case maybe I spontaneous that maybe I might, but I couldn't even tell you. I think the last time I actually did a Lyft or Uber ride was probably right before the pandemic. So
Yeah.
you're talking like probably about a year since I've even done Uber and Lyft. Now, mind you, I stayed on the platform, and I've done Uber Eats though.
Right.
I've done Uber Eats on during the pandemic. On on several occasions already. But but I haven't really, I haven't done any Uber or Lyft rides though. But I think like in the summertime and in the fall, I was doing some Uber. I was actually doing DoorDash and I was doing Uber Eats.
What are your thoughts on DoorDash? I mean, how'd you do with that? Did you do pretty good, or any problems, or?
Actually, DoorDash has a good platform. You can make money with it. They do have it's kind of like a little bit different than Uber. They don't have like the surges, but they do give you more money for certain times of the day, though. So if you're comparing money wise with Uber and DoorDash, I would say you're probably going to make more money going with Uber. But I did talk to a couple of DoorDash people. They said they actually make money. But if you're asking my opinion, I still think you're probably better off if you're trying to make money. I would probably stay on Uber.
Now, Lyft, there was a big thing that came around, I'll say about a month ago, that I guess they made some changes to the algorithm, but they did it on the back end. It didn't publish anything. It's more or less discriminating against drivers. It's more or less if you have, it's not, they're not doing it really based on who's closest.
Mm-hmm.
It's going more by like higher ratings and earnings. It's really, really weird. And another thing that they got hit for in the news within the last month was they made some changes to their T's and C's. And for those of you who are asking about T's and C's, that's lingo for terms and conditions. They made some changes to it. And at one point, you were able to agree to the terms and conditions because they had like the arbitration and whatnot, and you could opt out of it, so to speak. Now you have to agree on Lyft anyway, and I'm waiting for Uber to follow suit. You have to agree to the terms and conditions. If you do not, they throw you off the platform.
Interesting.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm on Zello, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. Because like weather stuff was feeding through. I'm messaging Mel. I want to see if she wants in on the Uber Lyft discussion.
Well, hey, what did we have her in here for this week? I know you were going to bring her in here. Is that the discussion you want to have her in for?
Yeah. Just sending her a message real quick. If she wants to come in, that's up to her.
Oh, you know what? She always has something to say about something.
Hey, be nice. She moderately likes you.
Moderately likes me.
Moderately. Yeah, she said, nah, well, she doesn't. Okay.
Well, you know what? Look who I'm hanging out with.
You know what's funny? I'm told the same thing. Look at that. Why have I lowered my standards so low? And then I got you, Mulder.
Yeah,
Wow.
21 years later, you still got me.
And
Oh, Jesus Christ.
but
21 years later, I'm still here talking to you.
yeah, buddy. So yeah, I mean, it sounds like they're trying to stack the. I don't know. It's really shady what they're doing. Oh, but anyway, if you don't agree to their terms and conditions, they kick you off the platform. That's where I was going with that. You know, no arbitration or anything. It's either
Did you
our way.
get kicked off? Is that why you're bringing this up, or did you read this somewhere?
No, it actually it came up on my thing recently,
Oh,
and it said at the bottom it says if you do not agree to the terms and conditions, you can no longer drive for us. On top of that,
It's all or nothing. In essence, it's all or nothing.
yeah, pretty much. Now, the other thing when it comes to Uber and Lyft is, I guess there have been some court cases in reference to, like, I guess sexual harassment or what forth, where Uber and Lyft have been outright breaking the law by not providing names of riders, regardless of which end of the accusation scale they're on. They were recently fined, I think, like $150 million for each case that they refuse to provide rider information on when it comes to drivers being terminated who are being sued, or drivers who are suing riders for false accusations and everything. Because under the law, if you are going to court, you have the right to question your accuser under the Constitution. And they're blatantly violating that. So
I think they've been breaking a lot of rules over time.
they are. Now in California, they were told earlier this year that they had to it was either California or Nevada. Or Utah. It was one of those three. They were told that they have, you have to make your drivers employees, entitled to benefits, entitled to everything, yada, yada, yada. And Uber and Lyft were going to pull out. They're like, all right, well, we're not going to service your area anymore. And there was kind of like an 11th hour thing, so to speak, where they were able to keep doing the same crap that they're doing. So, as someone, now, I drove for them for a while. I occasionally still go out. I went out during the pandemic, and I made some pretty good money doing Uber during the pandemic. Their business practices are.
California.
That was California? Okay.
Yep.
Seattle, they're required to pay drivers $15 an hour. Plus maintenance fees.
Where's that, Seattle?
Yeah. Now, eventually, I think that's going to, come east through the entire country.
Seattle's minimum wage right now is $16.69 per hour for most workers, effective January 1st of this year. But it can be $15 an hour depending on what company you work for and how you're paid. So there's that.
Alrighty.
I think they should pay independent contractors benefits.
There should be, especially the ones who are doing it for several hours a day. I mean, now on the flip side, when drivers sign up to drive and whatnot and provide their information and whatnot, we are provided up front by the platforms as to what we are going to be paid. Like here at our part, we're actually one of the better paying markets. We're getting, it was 98 cents a mile, I think.
Yeah, 98 cents, yes.
There are parts of the country that are as, like Minneapolis is one of them, that are as low as like 30 cents a mile because they actually were told that they have to start paying for paying drivers who are on their way to pick up a rider.
Oh.
And that's especially with Lyft because they've got this habit of trying to give you rides that are like 25, 30 minutes away. You know, and Uber's gotten sloppy with that too. It's like, me personally, I'm not going to take it. If I've got to drive any over 4 minutes for a ride, I'm not taking it.
More than what?
More than like 4 or 5 minutes.
For Lyft?
For either of them. If I have to drive like more than 5 minutes to pick up someone, I'm probably not going to take the ride because it's not financially feasible for me.
It doesn't make sense, is really what it.
But on the other hand, they're sending you
that would be
25
like
minutes away to go
sending
do a
you
pickup.
from your house to pick me up for a ride to Jim Thorpe,
Yeah.
correct? Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No. What I'm saying is if I have to drive more than 5 minutes to actually come get you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So we're 25, 26 miles apart, approximately. Okay, between say you were just starting out for the day, and I wanted a ride, and I wanted to go to Jim Thorpe.
Yeah.
But you were the only one available at the time.
Yeah.
So would not make sense to come up here to take me for a 10-minute drive. That is not feasible. It's dumb.
Oh, I wouldn't come up there anyway to pick you up on the platform. Hey, you know, like.
Right.
But now, if I had to go from here, say over to Giant, to pick you up, and take you up to Jim Thorpe, I'm not going far to pick you up, so that makes sense.
Right.
So you're saying think it's just
Exactly.
reasonable for a 4 or 5 minute ride?
There
You don't want to do nothing more than like maybe you think 10 minutes is a waste of time?
Oh, I'll do the long rides. You know.
No, I said I'm saying if you're basically saying anything over 5 minutes, it's going to be a waste of your time to pick somebody
That's
up.
a waste of my time. The chances are higher that you're going to cancel on me.
All right, I'll give you that.
Because I've seen that happen. I had a milkshake earlier.
Really?
Yeah. Chances are.
I am so glad I am not there right now. I feel for Mel. Anywho, go ahead.
Shut up. Chances are. Whoa, there's like things that fell down.
What are you doing?
Well, you asked.
Things over there.
Okay. You asked.
Chances are higher. Yeah, Mohler's looking at my like man booth there. Chances are higher that you're going to cancel on me. So, I'm not going to risk, I get close to you because it's happened to me. I pull up and you cancel. Okay, well, I'm only getting like a $3 cancellation fee. You've wasted my time. My time is worth more than
$3.
Yeah.
$3.
So that's what I'm saying. If the pickup is short, I'll do it. But anything longer, yeah, chances are I'm not going to do it because of the risk of cancellation.
Makes sense.
Now, doing the gig jobs, you can make money doing them. Is that you?
It's not me.
Or going to get us tossed off for copyright.
I actually clicked on one of my fucking driving videos.
Oh, nice. But I mean, it's, I don't know. They've got to fix the gig economy. It's got to be fixed. Now, Mohler and I, we spent a lot of much of 2019 over at the airport doing rides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those we did pretty good on. There was a point there where I wasn't taking regular rides if there wasn't a surge. Because you get people that come in, I had that one guy who was high who, I think he tried to rob me or something, but,
I think the best one I ever had was fucking going from, and I'm being sarcastic about this, is the one from the airport over to, I guess that's, that one fucking hotel over there, stay something.
Extended stay.
Huh?
Extended stay.
Yeah,
Extended stay, yeah. I think it was like maybe a 3 or 4 hour ride, if that. I think it was at least 3 or 4. I think because Uber's got to get a cut too.
Yeah, but how much of the cut are they taking? Like, Krista, here, come get in on this conversation.
What conversation?
We're talking Uber and Lyft.
I don't. Why?
Well, you used to take Uber and Lyft everywhere.
Okay, what's the point of discussion?
So we're talking about, like driver's cut versus what riders are charged.
Well, depending on how far you go.
Yeah, you got to come over here and speak up.
Sorry. Okay, so depending on how far the I guess you could say the passenger is going, there's a percentage rate that gets put to the driver, and then there's also too a percentage that goes to the company, because that's how they make their money. But I know, like, it also too with like surges, it the percentages for the driver plus the company goes up, but then it's like the passengers pay like an arm and a leg.
Now, here's the thing with Lyft.
I've never taken Lyft.
Lyft has, or they had prime time, I think, or they had prime time, but now they're calling it personal power zone.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass term. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dumb name.
Now, they'll still have those where they'll rape the driver or the rider for an arm and a leg, but they're not passing it on to drivers. Part of the terms and conditions, I thought, was that Uber, Lyft, whatever they get, thought it was supposed to be like 20%. Now, you look at some of the trips, and I look at I'll look at what the rider paid on the Uber rides and what for. And I sent Lyft some nasty messages because they're not disclosing in the invoices what the rider pays for the ride. Legally, if we're independent contractors, for our bookkeeping purposes, they have to legally provide us that information.
But do they though?
No, they don't. I've already told them I was going to sue them.
Yeah.
Me and a bunch of drivers were going to get something together because if we're independent contractors, then we should.
Technically you're not. You're working for a company though.
But what? Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
You're working for Lyft and you're working for Uber, so technically you're an employee, so technically they don't have to tell you.
Well, no, what I'm saying, but they're classifying us as independent contractors.
When really,
Right,
okay,
not
yes.
as direct employees.
Now, if we were a direct employee, yeah, who cares what they're paying? But if we're independent contractors for our bookkeeping purposes, that information they need to tell us, and they're not.
Okay, so did you? I don't know.
There's
Write
a
a petition or some shit.
it's already in the works with a bunch of drivers. But the fact that they're withholding information, and two, if you compare the invoices to
Sorry.
against the weekly things, which is actually where you can find it. I'll purposely do only like one Lyft ride a day to see what the rider paid. And a lot of times they're keeping like 55, 60%.
And you know how much that passengers is paying out?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're paying out an arm and a leg.
It's ridiculous. Well, enjoy the rest of your show. There's some invigorating. Bye-bye.
Hey, what were you saying about a crack? What about the crack on your door?
This thing here, it got bigger.
All right, I'll tell maintenance.
I told Mom, and I didn't know the other side had it, or just saw it. I was talking to Mom real quick.
All right, I'll say something to the maintenance guy. Our house is falling apart.
All right, well, bye.
Yep, see ya. Meow. Oh, that was Tigger in the background as well.
Piggy.
But yeah, I mean, between the fees, between all the safety concerns and everything like that, I'd give them maybe another.
I was gonna say.
Mel thinks they're going to last a lot longer.
Who knows? I mean, I look at some of the people I work with who will take an Uber or a Lyft instead of the bus because it's a lot faster and a lot more reliable.
Oh, I said that she said that she thinks Uber and Lyft is going to be around a lot longer than a year. I'm giving them a year tops with all their problems. That's it.
She said the need is there. It's going to be around. She said no more, but it needs to be around. That's what she said, but I'm leaving.
All right. See ya. Have fun. Enjoy.
Everybody going out but Mike.
I'm not cool enough.
Yeah. The only thing I'm doing is running up the street to get the kids from work at 10.
I had my night out, but maybe the casino after this.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, dead serious.
So
Yeah.
why do you think it's going to be around longer than a year?
Hello?
Because the need is there.
Okay.
People don't want to use public transportation because it takes too long with the bus. You have to take it takes 3 hours to get from practically 3 hours on the bus to get from our house to Synchronos, and you got to transfer like 6 times. I'm exaggerating slightly, but at least
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it might take like 2 hours and you got to transfer like 3 times. So when you could take a 15-minute Uber and be there in just about the same amount of money as it costs for the 2 transfers.
Actually, the transfers are usually free. If you've got a bus pass, I believe the transfers are free.
Yeah, but if you get a bus pass, but you know what I'm trying to say, Lisa.
Yeah,
if you were to pay cash for a bus ride because you needed to do it for one day,
Yeah.
It makes more sense to take an Uber than it is to try and navigate the bus system. Taxi cabs, you know what? They're dirty. I'm sorry.
They're dirty and they drive like crazy.
Yeah.
You think I'm a crazy driver?
At least with most Uber drivers or Lyft drivers, they take pride in their vehicle. Their vehicle is
Mhm.
clean. Some even go out of their way and offer you bottled water, have tissues in case you need them, stuff
Mhm.
like that. They take pride. I spend a couple extra dollars to take an Uber to work versus taking, instead of, taking the bus or calling a taxi to go to work. At
Yeah.
least with a there have been times with a taxi cab, I've waited over an hour for a
Yeah.
taxi cab.
Yeah.
With an Uber, I think the longest I've waited was 15 minutes.
Yeah. I agree. Funny story about bus this morning. The one girl, she didn't realize she'd gotten on the wrong bus.
Well, getting on the wrong bus. You know what? The Belleville bus drivers don't seem to care if they're running early. They put 10 minutes early, 10 minutes late. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Krista's had that problem numerous times. Krista just yelled that the drivers suck ass.
Oh, no,
Krista's had that problem numerous
I'm watching this.
taking the bus to
Right.
work when she worked for Outback.
Right.
The bus drivers are the reason why she decided to start spending extra money on Ubers versus taking the bus because they were 10 minutes early. She'd get to the bus stop 5 minutes before
Right.
the bus was supposed to be at
And the
stop.
bus is already gone.
And the bus has already been there and gone.
Yeah.
And she's got to wait an hour for the next bus
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
And
I
then
hear
be-
the stories all the time.
and then be late for work.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yep,
she,
I hear the story.
it was easier for her to take an Uber and then not have to worry about, am I going to make the bus? Am I going to miss the bus?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I honestly see the need for Uber and Lyft. I think it's
Yep.
going to be around for a while. It may morph and it may not be the independent driver thing that it is now. In some states, it may severely morph and it may become something a little different. But
Right.
I do think it's going to be around for quite a while.
now here's the thing,
I
though.
will agree with you there.
Now here's the thing. You had mentioned like the bus pass and everything like that. Here's where the discussion comes in because you could be paying, say, $11 for that ride, so to speak. And depending on like surge or whatnot, yada yada yada, Lyft, they'll charge you prime time but not pass that on to the driver. You could be playing like, what the hell are you doing?
Taking my inhaler.
Oh, okay.
I'm dying.
You could essentially be paying like $13, $14 for that ride, but the driver's only getting like $4 or $5 of that.
Well, that's where the whole independent driver thing at the moment, maybe that will work. As Uber and Lyft do these things where they're not passing on fees and stuff, and it continues to be known by the drivers and stuff like that, they're going to get themselves in trouble. If you're charging the passenger a surge fee, but you're not passing it off to the driver, is there grounds, the acceptance agreements that you have to
The terms and conditions.
that you have to agree to if you're driving and stuff like that. Like, are they taking too much advantage of the drivers? What they're going to do is they continue to take advantage of the drivers more and more and more. They're going to lose drivers.
Yep.
And then they're going to slowly, possibly lose their business. But that will force them to change some of those terms and conditions and rethink their things.
One
Because
would hope.
there is a huge need for drivers. Or I should say there is a huge need for Uber and Lyft. I honestly think either that or somebody's going to come along who is going to create a new platform, who's not going to take advantage of the drivers, and is going to try and make it equal between the two and not be greedy the way Uber and Lyft are starting to get. And the drivers are going to be faithful to that company, and they're all going to leave Uber and Lyft.
Right.
So it's going to come down to Uber and Lyft are going to have to get off their greedy asses, start giving more money back to their drivers, and stop worrying about their own fucking pockets
Right.
quite too much, or they're going to have a competitor who is going to come about, who's going to come in, who's going to treat the drivers right, and is going to take over. Now, on the flip side, though, Mike, you're talking about surges and you're talking about different things like that. If things were to change and all of the states were to demand that the drivers no longer be independent drivers, there's ways to do it. I mean, to make sure you have enough drivers out and different things at different hours. I mean, Amazon did it for a period of time, and I do believe they still do it during certain times of the year.
Amazon Flex, yeah.
Amazon Flex for people who work from home on a computer, and you sign up for 4-hour shifts at a time. You'd be able to do something very similar because I'm pretty sure GoPuff and different things
No, I'm watching this.
it's the same thing. You sign up for like a 4-hour
Oh
window.
no, I'm just like.
Work. You do as many orders in that 4 hours as you can. There's ways to do it, and Uber and Lyft may be forced to go over to a time period frame like that. And if you're driving with us, you get so much an hour plus so many miles, and that's it. But in the same aspect, then you could be losing money as a driver. So, you really got to take the good with the bad sometimes. Being an independent driver, I can make money on the rides if I'm getting whatever percentage. But if I go over to an hourly rate, and Uber and Lyft is forced to give me an hourly rate, and they're forced to give me healthcare benefits and dental and vision, and give me per mileage and stuff like that, it's going to increase the cost of the riders. And in the end, it could take something that is good and maybe damage it. So you do got to watch, and you got to weigh the pros and the cons. And you know what? Uber and Lyft are going to really have to kind of get together. They're going to have to band together and go against some of these states, or conform to what some of these states want to do.
Now,
because in the end,
go ahead.
I mean, in the end, it's either going to mean the ruin of the business, or it's going to make the business better.
One way.
I don't know. I mean, as a rider, I'm not paying $30 to go between here and Guardian, and if you start wanting these drivers to get $15 an hour plus mileage and different things like that, you're going to have to start charging almost $30. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. Now we were before you came on, we were talking about up in Seattle. They actually have it where the Uber Lyft are required to make up the difference, so to speak, to ensure that drivers make $15 an hour plus mileage, I believe. Lisa, was the other thing?
I didn't see that. I didn't look.
They're required.
No, I was just looking at the minimum wage. What the minimum wage was.
Now I do see that taking off because California, when AB5 passed last year, and Prop 22 and whatnot, they were actually forcing Uber and Lyft to make their drivers employees, at which point Uber and Lyft said, okay, well, we're pulling out of the state. We're not going to offer service to you. So, if they go to that model, what would be the repercussions for them, do you think?
In California, with the way traffic snarls over there, if you're only charging by the mileage, it's gonna destroy their company.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the reason why they probably
nobody will make any money
in California.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to make any money in California. It's especially when you have a ride in California that 3 miles down the road could take a half hour.
Yeah. Hello, Los Angeles.
I'm speaking to you. Half hour, 45 minutes. Just to get 5 miles down the road. I mean, you can't be charging per mile. I mean, granted, probably the per mile rate in California is a lot bigger than it is in Pennsylvania. I sure the hell hope.
Yeah, it's like 97.
To get places and stuff like that. But I mean, if it's not, it's going to destroy their company. You know what I mean? It will definitely destroy it. Same thing, you get, you've had it happen where you've had a small short ride and you've gotten caught in gridlock on Airport Road.
Oh my
And
God,
what
yeah.
should have been a 15-minute ride ended up being a 45-minute ride. And you didn't get paid extra for it.
No,
You got
because
paid by the mile.
exactly, because they chopped the and that was part of the rate cuts, the per mile thing. They cut it way down, but they would slightly increase
Right.
the per minute thing, but it wasn't nearly as much. Here in Pennsylvania, both Uber and Lyft, it comes out to, what do we say it was, 98 cents a minute or 98 cents a mile or whatever.
98 cents a mile, yes, in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
So, I mean, we're in some of the better parts where you look at like Minneapolis and whatnot, they're only getting 30-some cents a mile. And I think Dallas is another market, but that's because they actually are required to pay the drivers on the way to pick up the passenger, where Pennsylvania doesn't. That's why our per mile rate is higher. Now,
Yeah. See, and that's where some of these individual different state laws are what are going to be the ultimate, the ultimate things that, well, instead of having to look at all of these state laws, would it be better for Uber to just go over to a minimum wage, output, like, and then, what states are going to force them and require them to pay, mileage and maintenance and stuff, so they really got to look at it state by state and figure out what is going to be the best for them to continue this independent thing, or to move over to a standard pay minimum wage, regardless, depending upon what the minimum wage is, maybe, have everybody sign up for hour blocks or something like that. And, like if you've got to complete a full block in order to get that 15 hour, $15 or something. I don't know. And then start getting the taxes taken right out and stuff, though. I mean, they're going to have to start doing it the whole way. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they've got to sit down and they've got to figure out to offer dental, vision, medical, you've got to be making sure you're making enough money to be able to pay your medical then, though, too, as well. So you've got to be making sure you're signing up for enough shifts, So I don't know. I mean, this time of this environment that we're in right now isn't the time to make those changes and to make those decisions. If they are going to start making changes and making decisions along that line, what I think right now, if the states were smart, they'd stop with the whole forcing of, well, Uber and Lyft need to do this. They need to conform to this. You know what? I know everybody's got enough time and they're sitting on their asses and all the lawmakers are just picking on the big business right now. But they need to stop. They need to see what is hurting the little people. And some of it is some of this. You know what I mean? Like, stop with this. In 2 years, when everything is, starting to really get even keel again, or we've resettled, then start looking at this again. And that's what I think Uber and Lyft need to do, is they need to wait, a year to figure out what they, start researching, figuring out pre-pandemic, what did we look like, post-pandemic, what do we think we're going to look like? Because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more people who are going to be using Uber and Lyft post-pandemic than before, just because of the fact that people are losing their houses. How many people keep cars repossessed?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I mean, and can't afford a new car, and not everybody lives close to a bus line, So I honestly think post-pandemic, when we start going back to regular life, we're going to see more people using Uber and Lyft, just because of the fact that there are going to be some people who don't have cars that had cars before. Unfortunately, and I'm not saying that as a good thing. I'm saying it as it's a bad thing. But we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of changes, and I think that's going to be one of the things is Uber and Lyft. There is going to be a greater demand, I think, just because of the fact that more people are going to be getting back to work. They're going to be needing to get there. They don't have the transportation they had before. So I think we are going to see an increase in ride share. It just, after, it resettles, the environment resettles, Uber and Lyft, they do definitely think, with the way the states are going after them, because, you know what, like you said, Mike, it's not fair in some states. In some states, they're paying people 30 cents a mile. That's not right. And when in other states, they're getting 90. But I do think they need to come up with something that's going to work in every state and in every environment. It's going to be hard, but if they start doing their research now, they've got 2 years maybe to figure out a business plan that'll work.
Now, there are people out there.
Just because you start doing research on it today doesn't mean you need to implement it tomorrow.
There are people out there who they take Uber every day to work, pretty much. And the reasons that I've heard
You take Uber and Lyft away from those people who use Uber and Lyft every day to get to work, you're going to see the unemployment rate skyrocket again.
What I was getting at is you have also people who take Uber and Lyft to work every day, because when they do the math of how much they pay for a rideshare ride to and from work, it comes in a lot less than the car payment, insurance, gas. They're eliminating a lot of that and saving money just by using the Uber, the Lyft, or even a public transportation platform.
I know there was a lot of mornings when I went out
like
in the mornings.
That
in the morning time when I went out, when I was doing this on a part-time basis, that it was really busy in the morning. I mean, some mornings were bad, but a lot of mornings were really good.
Oh yeah, right. Like during the rush hour is, afternoon and evening. No, go.
The floor is yours.
You were saying?
Well, like I said, if you're going to take a bus to work, who wants to get up 2 hours earlier than you would need to if you're taking a ride share to take the bus to work, possibly because you may have to take a transfer or two, when you could spend the extra dollar or two, maybe a day, and actually take a ride share and actually get an hour more sleep or an hour more with your kid. A lot of jobs are looking at the work to life ratio. They're trying to make sure that they're keeping a well balance between work and life for their employees. Well, a lot of that comes into your transportation too. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're complaining that you don't spend enough time with your family, but you're taking the bus twice a day for 4 hours a day, maybe you need to start evaluating if the job location that you're working at is where you really want to be working at, or find alternative transportation. I get what you're saying, Mike, about, maybe taking a ride share or taking the bus and stuff like that is cheaper than having a car. But you know what? If you're somebody who's concerned about your work to life ratio, owning a car is a better decision than, taking the bus.
But that person
taking a ride share.
Hold on, but that person
I can vouch for that. I'm on the road 45 minutes each way.
But that person who's
right, and you own a car. I mean,
But that person who's taking the bus.
But because
that person who's taking the bus could be someone who's making minimum wage.
True. They usually, and a lot of times they are.
Yeah.
So taking the public transportation is not, I would say, necessarily a cheaper alternative, but the only alternative, so they can, go within their budget of possibly, eating, keeping a roof over their head, anything like that.
And I agree. There are people who faithfully use public transportation because that is their only recourse, because they can't afford more than a bus pass a month or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They can't afford the ride shares and stuff like that. But somebody who may need to also have their kid in daycare doesn't have the time to excuse the language, fuck around with bus pass, with taking a bus and, transfers and stuff like that to, drop your kid off at, daycare and then get on the bus to get to work and then to have to be back at daycare within a certain amount of time, because most of the daycares have regulations that you can't have a kid there for more than like 9.5 or 10 hours or something. Or they close
No,
time,
I got mine.
they open at a certain time, they close at a certain time, and if you're more than 5 minutes late, they charge you like almost like $100, some of them.
A lot of
it's
I'm sorry to interrupt, but a lot of those daycares also, these people who use daycares, Zakia is one of them, she pays for that daycare whether Juju's there or not.
yeah.
Whether they're take a week's vacation, she still pays for that week's time.
Right, you have to pay for that week or your kid loses his spot and you run the risk of not getting the spot back the following week. You want to keep their spot and you want to make sure they still have because a lot of the daycares, especially the good ones, they've got a year or two waiting list, So, if you don't want to lose your spot and get put back on the waiting list, you got to make sure you pay whether they're there or not,
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors in this.
Yeah, some of the good daycares, though, will have a week set into their contract that you can take a week for free. Some of the better ones do have some things like that you will get one free week per year, that you could use as your vacation week. Those are the good ones that don't force you to pay for like one vacation week per year. But if you're a family that takes multiple vacations a year, which I know several families that do, you're paying for some weeks when your kids aren't there. Snow days. Daycare center might be closed for 3 snow days, but you're still paying for them.
Yep.
So I don't know. There is a lot of cost factors that go into different things, but like I said too, a lot of people are looking for ways to make their life and home work-life ratio better. And I know it's a big thing with a lot of corporations and a lot of companies. Some companies are going over to the 4 10-hour days because it gives their employees 3 days with their family.
Mm-hmm.
Some are moving over to paying for lunches just so that it gives them an extra half hour with their family per day, because then they leave earlier in the day. They work a solid 8 hours, lunch included. They get paid for it,
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are a lot of changes and a lot of different things happening. That has been a big thing with a lot of corporations over the last few years, is the whole work-life ratio. So, I mean, some people might make the decision to use Uber and Lyft because it improves their work-life ratio. Because, like I said, who wants to get up and take a bus for 2 hours, back and forth, 4 hours on the bus a day, when you could maybe take an Uber and be home and back, to work in 20 minutes, home in 20 minutes. There's a lot of factors that go into it. And that, some of those factors are the reason why I think Uber and Lyft is here to stay, or some kind of rideshare platform is going to be here to stay. It's not going to go away. It's going to morph, and it may not be exactly as we know it is today, but it's going to be around, some form of it.
Now, you were
And
also...
I'm not talking about self-driving cars.
Yeah, I know, right? Now, you were also a driver for a little bit. What, as a driver, now, you obviously we live in the same house, so I fucking older. I kind of know, like, what, how it was, but how was your experience as a driver compared to everything that you've just put on the table?
My experience as a driver, I loved it. Honestly, it was my relaxation break sometimes. The stress of getting away from work, the stress of getting away from home, and just being able to drive around and talk with people and meet different people, new people. I didn't have to worry about, making a lifelong connection with these people. You could just gab and be friendly and not have to worry about, sitting at a bar and somebody slipping you something. Granted, you never know what's going on in the back seat of the car, but most of the time, these people, at least in our area, are just trying to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And, They're great. I mean, especially the times the times that I would go out. It'd be the Friday and Saturday night bar runs.
Yep.
The after work, that period of time. Most of them, they just wanted to go get drunk, or they were on their way home from getting drunk.
Yeah.
So they were very mellow. There were quite a few that were extra mellow, if you get my drift.
Doobie doobie doo.
And bead.
Especially down there at
But
hello Lehigh University.
No, it wasn't even just Lehigh. Lehigh University is where they would try to pack. Lehigh is where they would try to pack 10 people into our small Kia Forte. So
Hey, I did 7 at Music Fest.
and they've done it. I did it. I had 10 girls in the car the one time. We were only going about 4 blocks, but I had 10 girls in the car.
I got
How the fuck
7
did that
people in the
happen?
car at Music Fest, and the cop just looked at me and gave me a thumbs up. He didn't think I could do it. It was more or less, okay, you have challenged me. I will now complete this, and you will do nothing about it type of thing.
How many did you have?
The people, we got into the Volkswagen Beetle. Oh my God. And I was sitting on somebody's shoulders sticking out the damn sunroof.
Wait, how the hell did you get 10 people in the car?
The front seat.
I don't remember. We had a lot of people. in the
Not
car.
you.
The front
Oh,
seat had
never mind.
the front seat had 2 girls. The one was sitting on top of the other one. The back seat, there were 4 of them. There was 4 of them across, and then there was another girl who laid across the 4 laps. So
So there was one girl sitting on another girl's lap.
yeah, the 4 girls sitting across the
That's
back
2.
seat.
4 would be 6, and then the one is 7.
No, I just want to know if there's
Yeah,
video
there
of
were 2
that.
in the front, 4 in the back seat, and then 1 laying across the back. 1 laying across the 4 in the back seat. So there was 4
Oh my God.
5 in the front, 5 in the back, and 2 in the front.
Plus,
Yeah,
plus the
5
driver,
in the front.
so that's 8.
That's 8. You still short 2 people.
plus me. But yeah, I mean, like I said, after Mike, Lisa, how stressful my job can be sometimes. It was a nice relaxation for me just to be able to go out and just drive around, listen to music. Some people were real quiet and they didn't want to talk. Some people, would talk your ear off, So, I mean, to me, it was relaxation. So now I know, Mike, you used to go out more during like the rush hours. So you might not have had as much of a nicer experience than I did, because I know you used to get, frustrated with some of the people, but we used to go out at different times, obviously, because we were using the same car. We weren't getting the same crowd of people. So that's why I've always said to you, well, you need to hit a bar. You need to start consistently hitting the bar nights, because you'd see a different crowd.
But see, here's
So-
the problem. I go out on the bar nights and people would want me
I
to
don't
go
know.
in and drink with them, and they'd say, I'll pay for your drinks or something. I was trying to avoid that. I mean,
I've never once got offered to go to the bar with
Oh,
people. Like, hey,
dude,
do you
some of the
wanna-
offers
I've never
that-
once had somebody say, come in with us.
I've had people want me to like go into restaurants with them, or just like go out like extra times.
Yeah, they were trying to stiff you. No, they were just trying to stiff you with the bill.
Probably.
Where?
Now hold on, I want to hear more about these 2 girls in the front seat.
No.
Let me set the mood.
Goodbye.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. No,
Yeah, you just lost Mel.
no. But no, I mean
You'll lose me in about 10.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to wrap it up anyway. But yeah, there's a definite difference. If they want to last, the business model has to change.
Oh yeah, of course it's gonna, because if it doesn't, there will be a third competitor out there doing it the right way.
And there is Los Angeles. And this is why I wish Virgil was still on Facebook, because I would love to get him in on this, because he lives in LA. There's a third company, I forget the name of it, that just started up, but they supply the vehicles and everything.
Oh, I heard about that, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the company name is though.
Yeah, I forget what it is too, but you know, if they do it right, that's gonna be, you know, the new wave, so to speak. But all right, guys, well, let's end it there. We will experiment with a better way to do this. Gotta be a better way. I'm gonna do we'll do message.
It definitely has to be.
We'll
Well,
hit me up.
I guess Zoom doesn't work. This doesn't work no
Yeah,
more.
okay.
But Lisa, hit me up when you get back. Maybe we'll play around with Messenger Room, see if I can record it. Maybe we'll do like a 10-15 minute nothing thing. If you want to if you're still gonna be around, or do you plan on like drinking and jerking off the rest of the night?
Woo!
Yeah, okay, so Mohler's out. But yeah, me, you, and Derek will definitely do something on Tuesday night. We'll Monday or Tuesday night, we'll figure something out. See if
Yeah, we have to. We have to. It's just it's frustrating, and it's like I sent you that screenshot of what I see when I go to the event tab and I click on the live video.
Well, we figured it out that Mohler and I are running off of phones, so that's why we're not having the problem. So that's why I think we're gonna have to start using messenger rooms. So that way, me, you, Mohler, Derek,
I can't use I can't use my phone for a long period of time because of my charging issue. So
well, I'm saying
until I get my new phone.
Well, what I'm saying is with messenger rooms, I don't think it matters.
I would hope.
It's probably the best way to go.
We get a little laggy and we get a little bit of the freezing, but doing it the way we're the messenger call, that wasn't too bad, but we can't include a lot of people in that.
Yeah.
The room I'm hoping would work better.
Well, the room we can control it with just the four of us, me, you, Derek, and Mohler. Yeah. And whatever 5 guests we want to invite to be on the show on any given night.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, our screen will have like 16 people across at some point.
Yeah, right. Hold on here. I Googled Los Angeles-based ride shares.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of them. Let's see here. Hold on here. This is from November. I'm waiting for it to finish loading here.
November.
This came out.
And you're just telling us in January?
What's that?
No, the article's from November.
The article. New rideshare option is coming to LA and it employs its drivers.
Yep, that's the one.
Uber, Lyft, and other apps. That's the one. Okay, so Uber, Lyft, other app-based rideshare and delivery companies spent upwards of $200 billion convincing voters
Ridiculous.
that they wouldn't do business in California if they were made to treat full-time drivers as employees rather than contractors. That was the Prop 22.
Yeah.
Okay. So, their campaign was a success. Earlier this month, voters approved Prop 22, exempting the tech giants from offering drivers sick leave insurance and other benefits. Meanwhile, a new rideshare option is entering the LA market, and it's specifically touting its team of fully employed drivers. It's called Alto.
Yep.
It's a Dallas-based company, which calls itself the Safety First Rideshare Experience. And it launched on December 8th in the LA area with a fleet of branded SUVs helmed by trained and vetted uniformed drivers. So I don't necessarily need to go through the rest of it, but we're excited to showcase the success of our W-2 employee-based model in Los Angeles for both riders and drivers, with safety and consistency at the core of our rideshare experience. Alto's CEO and founder Will Colvin told Los Angeles Magazine. We've seen firsthand how people can benefit from this type of experience in Texas and look forward to bringing our elevated experience to the Los Angeles area.
Good
Now,
deal.
the catch, which you may have predicted, is that Alto's rides are pricier than standard Uber and Lyft rides.
Yeah, but not by
According
much.
to, well, that's right. According to his spokesperson, the cost of an Alto ride lands between Uber's two premium options, Uber X and Uber Black, at around $2 or $3 more than the Uber X option. So $2 or $3 is not a bad difference.
No,
if you
it's
think
not.
about it,
Not especially compared to the X option, which is the
right?
basic Uber.
Mm-hmm. So the brand hopes its focus on safety will help people justify the additional cost, particularly during a pandemic. All the company's cars are equipped with plexiglass barriers and HEPA air filters. Between rides, the vehicles are sprayed with a hospital-grade sanitizing mist that's reported to kill 99.9% of bacteria and viruses. Sounds like Lysol, right? While Uber and Lyft had to rush to implement tenuous safety protocols at the start of the COVID-19 crisis, Alto was able to launch with safety measures already in place. Let's see, Dallas Morning News referred to the company as built for a global pandemic. Another stay-at-home order is taking effect in LA. Company, but Alto's leadership hopes the company is still able to do what Uber and Lyft have been unable to do: bring in a profit.
Exactly.
What once used to be a question of a couple of dollars is now a question of safety, Coleman said of the company's pricing model. COVID-19 is forcing rideshare customers to rethink things. So that's interesting.
Oh yeah, it is. But all right. Well,
All right.
let's wrap it up for tonight.
Yep.
Next week we'll get into the wish list.
All right.
We'll talk Royal Rumble next week, and guess we'll start. I don't know. Find something else to talk about somewhere. Someone will do something. Some idiot somewhere will do something stupid, and we'll roast them.
Yes, that will have something to talk about.
All right, boys and girls, that's it for tonight. Lisa, thank you for joining us. Thank
Have
you,
a good
Derek.
night. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you to Derek Gibson for joining us tonight, and thank you to Melanie for joining us. So y'all have a good night, a good weekend. We'll see you next week.
Later.